up, an emotional ceremony why local church members say a piece of their building has a piece of their heart. Later, Texas DPS most wanted fugitive is caught, how law enforcement found him. And counting your blessings, how a family walked away from a head-on collision.
This is your only primetime news. You are watching Fox 51 News at 9.
Good evening, and thank you very much for joining us. I'm Katie Pratt. First on Fox, if you live in Tyler, you may have noticed First Christian Church's cross has been missing for 2 years. Well, today it's finally back up on the bell tower and a ceremony was held. Fox 51's Lauren Margolis attended this service today and tells us how churchgoers are feeling about it.
Church members sing as they honor the cross and everything it stands for, a staple piece to any Christian's life.
We see it as a blessing to our community, and we want to spread the good news and the message of love.
First Christian Church's cross finally put back in place after years of people wondering where it went.
There were a lot of people questioning, what happened? Where are the bells? Where's the cross?
It was taken down for the first time since the church opened in 1965 when someone noticed it was leaning. Architects were worried it was a safety hazard because of its height and location to the road.
The cross was missing for 2 years, and community members here say they didn't realize how much they'd miss it until it was gone.
I was like, oh no, and I really missed it, and I grieved over it, I'll be honest with you.
But the church never gave up, and after a lot of planning, you can see workers putting the cross back up just days ago in preparation for Sunday's service.
We're hoping that that's just a gentle reminder to turn our thoughts to God, to be reminded of God's faithfulness.
Now, after wondering whether this moment would ever come, churchgoers are celebrating the return of their beloved cross.
Very soon the bells will be ringing again, which is important to a lot of people in our community. And at last we have our cross standing above this busiest intersection once again.
An emotional day for First Christian Church. Lauren Margolis, Fox 51 News.
A developing story tonight, there was a major accident between Lufkin and DeBoll that resulted in serious injuries. It happened between Lufkin and DeBoll on Highway 59 near the Angela County Airport. We have a map of that location for you here. The traffic was being rerouted as agencies worked to clear the road. But they are now open and running again. The details of who is involved and their conditions are unknown as of news time. But as we learn more, we'll keep you updated over on our website. That's FOX51.com. A Lufkin woman is dead after being hit by a vehicle in Nacogdoches. The 23-year-old was walking in the roadway when she was struck by a car. Nacogdoches police were called to the scene near the Cook and Tire Service Center. The pedestrian was rushed to a local hospital where she died from her injuries. Now, the MPD Traffic Division is on the scene conducting an investigation. In the meantime, all northbound traffic in that area is being rerouted. Police say drivers should expect delays and avoid the area. A mother and her 2 infants were taken to the hospital after a head-on collision in Van Zandt County. The outcome is not what you would expect after a tragic accident. The family was traveling down Farm to Market Road 17 near County Road 1222 when they collided head-on with a Ford pickup truck. According to officials, the crash was so violent, the engine was knocked out of their car. You can see those pictures here of the aftermath of what was left from this wreck. Thankfully, the mother was wearing her seatbelt and the babies were properly secured in their car seatbelts. All parties are expected to recover and be okay. A Tyler suspect on the 10 most wanted fugitive list for his connection to a shooting death in May is now behind bars. Decavian Scroggins was found and arrested by officers with Texas Against Gangs Task Force Marshals Fugitive Task Force, Tyler PD Priority Response Team, and Tyler PD Patrol, all without incident on Saturday night. Scroggins was one of 2 men who was accused of shooting and killing Christopher Frank in May. The 27-year-old was wanted for capital murder, evading arrest, and a parole violation. Former President Donald Trump delivered remarks at a rally in Phoenix, Arizona on Saturday. The Protect Our Elections rally hosted by Turning Point Action took place at Arizona Federal Theater. It comes as Maricopa County's 2.1 million ballots are being audited, although there's no evidence of widespread voter fraud. Additionally, the recount will have no impact on President Joe Biden's victory in the state.
When you look at all of the death and destruction that this election has caused, and wait to see what's happening with inflation, wait to see the real numbers on inflation and what's going on, and when you go to the pump today and you see $3.75, we were at $1.87 for a gallon of gasoline. It was the most corrupt, dishonest, and unfair election in the history of our country.
More than 80 years after his death at just 26 years old, and a World War II veteran is finally home again. Captain Edward Glenn Martin's remains were initially thought to be those of another Marine, but now that he's been identified, his family can finally lay Captain Martin to rest. Valencia Wicker has more on this family's emotional journey.
To honor the life of a man you've never met.
He was more or less a part of my life, even though he wasn't alive.
It's become a bit of a mission for Lane Martin. His uncle, Captain Edward Glenn Walker Jr., was killed during the Battle of Tarawa almost 80 years ago. He was only 26.
He was in Harvard Law School and all when he decided to join the Marines. And then when he joined the Marines, you know, he was still a very young man. He was dating girls and having a good time, and just the adventure of what he was doing. His letters would tell that story.
What they thought were his remains were buried at their family cemetery some years ago. Only recently, the family found out there was a mix-up. Captain Walker's actual remains were finally brought home Wednesday. Full military honors while his family watched on.
When you least expect it, you get hit with these waves of emotion. I heard about that man all my life. My mother would cry even on up into her 70s when you would mention her name.
To honor the life of a man you've never met, the reverence of his sacrifice still lingers, even decades after his death.
Exceptional Emergency Center held their first ever Family Fun Day at Bergfield Park in Tyler. More than 400 people showed up in the first hour, which caused long lines at the tents. Each tent was held by East Texas organizations there to give out free food, face painting, and snow cones. Several jump houses were there for children to enjoy. Leaders at Exceptional Emergency Center say this event was created to bring the Tyler community together.
Our mission was to be a part of Tyler's fabric of the community, to be a part of giving back and being part of the community. And we wanted to celebrate Tyler and us being able to actually gather outside and have a great time, because that's what Tyler's about, is community and being together.
Live music was provided by the Randall Armstrong Band, singing everything from Texas classics to Tennessee whiskey. A raffle was going throughout the day. People won Bluetooth speakers, water coolers, and school supplies. Now, the first thing you see on a person when you greet them is often their smile. But for one East Texas man, his smile was shattered by a troubled past. Fox 51's Corinne Benandy shows us his journey in our special report, A New Smile.
They say you're never fully dressed without